Alright everybody, welcome back to another RoadKill projects. This time is the Wagon. Yes, I've wanted to do something with a wagon or wagons for a long time, and I think I'm finally getting that wish. So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking this old wagon, this is a Oldsmobile, and we're going to be putting it up against an ETK wagon. So we're going to be going to an ETK testing center in Northern California. And we're going to be putting this wagon through a few tests similar to the ETK K-Series, I think it's called. Basically, a modern wagon versus an older wagon. So, what we're going to be doing to this thing is brakes, suspension, new engine. This thing is going to be getting a built 550 horsepower motor. And yeah, side pipes, new tires, and gonna road trip it. Now, originally I wanted to take this car up Pikes Peak, but I don't know. I just don't feel like it now. And I had a few options for what I could do this week. There hasn't really been many cool mods coming out for BeamNG, nor have I really had to work on any of the RoadKill cars yet. I did try doing an episode with the muscle truck, but that ended up not happening because I couldn't get the truck to have the power that I wanted. So, I don't know. I gotta rethink what I'm doing with the muscle truck. So, instead, we're doing this thing now with a concept that I just came up with. So, let's get to work. So the car runs as it is. It's an old beat-up motor. What is it? What is it? A 350 cubic inch beater engine. That's basically what it is. Not much horsepower, not much anything really. So, gonna take the hood off. This thing also needs a radiator. Yeah, that's gonna be loud. So, let's just strip the engine out of it until I'm ready to put it in. So, boom. An engineless wagon. So, I'll do everything before I put the engine in and the hood back on. So, first of all, body-wise, there isn't really much that I want to do other than add in the tow hitch, because I have towed some cars with this thing. This is the vehicle that towed General Hawk, which you never got to see that episode of when I worked on it because the engine kind of grenaded itself. Other than that, I can't put anything on the roof rack. We're leaving the bench seats. I basically want this thing to be a sleeper, which is a little difficult, but I think I can pull it off. Yeah, the doors we can leave alone. Police antenna. What? I can put an antenna off the back of this thing? Alright, maybe I can't. Well then. I don't know what that's for. I'd like an antenna off the back of it, though. Alright, fenders, I think we're good. Below the fenders, dashboard. Dashboard plate wagon. Ooh, okay then. Alright. So we'll move on to the suspension. We'll do the rear first. Yeah, nothing with the drive shaft. I was gonna give it heavy duty rear shocks. I don't want to give it blown shocks like the Regency has. Just so then the car is not as, you know, not as shaky anymore, because the thing really does handle bad. So, we're going to do that. I am going to put 283 limited slip gears in it. which should work better. Should let this thing do burnouts. This car couldn't do burnouts as it is, so we're just gonna throw on new tires. That's it. I'm not gonna get the rims on this thing yet because I do want to put rims on it, but I'm not gonna worry about it yet. So let's just get that on, and the drum brakes. Let's put the racing drums on, pads, everything. So the car handles a lot better than it should. And stops better, even though the brakes are still going to lock up. Alright, front bumper. I did actually want to put a push bar on this thing. And I think I'll keep it. I don't know why I wanted to put a push bar on it, but I think I'm going to leave it though. I think I'm going to keep the push bar. I know I can put it on the rear bumper too, but I think I'm not going to do it. Radiator support, we need to do... I'm going to put drag performance radiators in this thing because I don't want this car to overheat. These are difficult cars. I can say that. These are very difficult cars to lose the overheating. Outside of that, though, I think we're all good. Alright, we're on to the front suspension. So, all heavy-duty stuff. I don't want to put race suspension on it because it is going to lower the car, and I don't want the car to look lowered in the sense of, it's, fast. I really want this to be a complete sleeper. I'm going to leave a sway bar in it. Front disc racing brakes. I could put ABS brakes in it, but I don't think I'm going to. I would like to do it one day, though. Let's put the black wall tires on. There we go. Oh my god, the heavy-duty shocks. This thing is up in the air without an engine in it. And steering. Yeah, we'll leave it alone. The heavy steering. Ooh, I didn't do the pads. Full race brake pads. Alright. So, now it's time for the engine, which is right here. We're going to put 550 horsepower street legal V8. I like the noise. All droney. Sounds like it has a cam. And look at that shining motor in this piece of garbage. So, left exhaust, we are going to put... I think the race side pipes are the ones that I wanted. Because I think the sport ones are like really big and bulky. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. I don't want the sports ones because the car literally bottoms out on them. And we're going to put a 4-speed manual in this car. Yes, a wagon with a 4-speed manual for transmission. And get the transfer case. Alright, before I put the hood back on, let's see how it sounds. Wow, it revs up high. Oh, yes. The suspension is definitely stiffer with the heavy-duty shocks. Oh yeah, this thing's way faster. Not faster. I would put a massive engine in this thing, but I think we're good the way we are with it. Radiator doesn't seem like it wants to cool the car, though. I don't know, we might have to take the hood off at some point. Yeah, this thing's good. Let's see, how long of a burn can it do from a dig here up the bridge? Yeah, the trans really limits it. It doesn't have a lot of pickup. Yeah, in the low RPM, it doesn't have pickup. Yeah, once you get up past like 3,000 RPM in second gear, it opens up. But it does seem like from a dig, this thing has no power, especially if you don't drop the clutch. Yeah. I don't think that's boost lag. Well, yeah, this isn't even supercharged. Well, yeah, it could be a little bit of lag since it's NA. Huh. Then again, it has that. It doesn't have power at the low end, which will make this thing a little bit easier to drive. You can drift the wagon. I'll land the yacht that can drift. Oh man, let's take it on this dirt road just to have a little bit of extra fun. Yeah, that heavy-duty suspension really helps the car drive better. Ooh, big jump. Yeah, the transmission's not happy. Yeah, the transmission is not happy. Maybe I need to put the 4-speed manual or automatic back in it. I don't think it's going to handle the power though, but it's at least going to drive a little bit better. Have a little bit more low-end torque. Oh, yes. Oh, the wagon has become epic. Alright, well, I'm going to get this thing all prepped for the road trip. Get the hood back on it. I'm going to throw the automatic back in it, and I will meet you guys at the testing center. Alright, so we're here at the ETK Driving Experience Center. Probably, I don't know, I don't even know what to say. We've been here before though. We've been here in a few RoadKill episodes. But that is what we're going up against. This is, you know, very low model, base model, ETK 800 series. That's what the car is called. It doesn't have twin exhaust though, so this isn't the best version, but it is turbocharged. So, what we're going to be doing for the first event is right there behind this thing, is that we're going to see which car drifts the best. And we're going to start with this thing. And it sounds pretty weak. Now, I need to turn the electronic stability control off. Now, I don't know if traction control is going to kick in. I might have to take that out. But let's see. Yeah. Traction control does kick in. And I don't know why the flashers come on. So let me take that out. Alright. End note, I am not a professional drifter. And I'm trying to go around the outermost side. Okay, there we go. Okay. I'd say that's pretty good. That's pretty good. You know, for a modern day wagon, it's pretty good. So, we'll let this thing cool off. And now let chaos ensue. Alright. I think this thing is ultimately better at drifting. It makes more smoke. That's what I'm judging it by. This thing makes more smoke. Even though that thing feels more controlled, but it doesn't go around in a circle as fast. Can it even do a burnout? This thing gets extra points if it can do a burnout. Nope, it can't. Alright. So let's line it up for the next test. Back this thing up. So the next test is going to be a stopping contest. So I'm going to drive the cars up to 60 miles per hour, and I'm going to make them stop within this distance, hopefully. This thing is pretty slow, but it is ABS, so I think this wagon is going to win it. Alright. That's basically the majority of this. But I feel like this is going to be worse. Actually, why was that way better? I think we need another ETK here, because that doesn't seem fair. Because that thing's pretty slow. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to get another ETK, and we're going to see if a faster one would maybe do better. Alright, this ETK is significantly faster. It has the electronic stability control back on, but we're going to shut that off. Let's see how much better it does. Well, I guess the RoadKill wagon is better than the modern wagon at braking. Well then, let's change that. Okay, so we're gonna see how far it takes them to stop on a wet surface. I think this will be a much more accurate test compared to these cars. So let's start in the ETK first. And stop. I didn't really set a mile per hour. You know what? Let's do this. Let's set a mile per hour I need to get to. I think I can get to there in about 40 miles per hour. If not, I'm gonna do it right at the start of that concrete. That's where I'm gonna hit the brakes. Right at the start of that concrete. Okay. Now let's test this thing. I hope I don't hit the car. Let's try. Yeah, that's a little more accurate. Well, the ETK is definitely better at stopping on a wet surface. Jesus. Alright, so the next test, we're going to see how well they corner on a wet surface. This one I'm up in the air on, because I don't know if either car is going to corner well. Let's try it. Yep, this one does not turn. Is this thing all-wheel drive? I thought this said it was rear wheel. Let me check this. It is all-wheel drive. God damn it. Alright, well, let's retry this. it out of the all-wheel. And just because, take this out again. Because I think it's still screwing with it. BeamNG lied to me. It said that this thing was rear wheel. Alright, yeah. This thing does not corner on a wet surface. Well, that thing does not like to do a burnout. But this will be the true test to see how fast this thing goes into a tree. Alright, so far not good. Alright, yeah. I think both cars fail at that, even though the ETK did stay on the water longer. Alright. Time for the final two tests. Okay, the second to last test is the handling test. Well, another handling test. This is basically cornering on a dry surface. So, let's take this thing first. Now I think this thing is going to perform not so well. Alright, this thing did badly. I did not expect that cornering. It's probably my driving, even though I'm just not caring. I'm just driving the cars fast. Alright, now this thing. And go. Alright. And for the final test, I have a little autocross devised. Which we're going to start right here. Let me bring this thing over so it's out of the way. Alright, so I'll go in this thing first. And let's see how well this thing can autocross. And I'm not doing this for times, I'm just doing this to see if I crash it. Now, I've always had this little autocross idea. I actually wanted to do this in an episode of RoadKill one time. But oh wait, I did do this in... Yeah, I think I did do this in an episode of RoadKill with the Rotson, I think. Well, I'm doing it again. And this thing seems pretty good. Alright. This thing was alright. But I don't think we can ever disrespect the Wagon. Because, I mean, I think the Wagon is ultimately the winner in my case. Because I like it more. That ETK, you can't do this. You can't beat on a big old wagon and slide it around and do donuts. Or completely waste the tires. You can't do it in that thing. There's too many electronics in it. But this thing, you can blaze tires whenever you want. But ultimately, for a naturally aspirated engine versus a turbocharged 4-cylinder, I think the Wagon wins. This thing is 500 horsepower, and ultimately is way more fun when you have more horsepower. And the ETK is probably only around 300. So, hopefully you have enjoyed this episode. This was basically me just hooning on a wagon for, I don't know, 35 minutes or something. So yeah, hopefully you will see more of this thing on future episodes. Goodbye. Oh, Jesus. Okay, come on. Get a good one going. Come on.